Mr. Andrew Joe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to congratulate Patrick and Alva on this special day, and what a great day it has been so far. Secondly, I would like everyone to thank me for this day, because I was the one that introduced them to one another. For those who don't know me, my name is Andrew Joe, and I'm the best man. 大家好，我叫 Andrew Joe， 我是晋江的帮浪。I've known Patrick in over 8 years now, and Alva for approximately 6.5 years. The first time I met Patrick was at my previous job, where I was employed as an intermediate accountant. Shortly after I started, Patrick joined the firm as a senior accountant, and we were put together in the same team. Now, me being ignorant, I was unaware that Patrick was my superior, and he started telling me what to do. Now, at the time, I thought to myself, who's this fat prick telling me what to do? However, I was informed that he was my superior, so I obeyed his commands. Now, as I'm generally not the most approachable guy, we kept our distance from each other for the next couple of months. However, as time went by, we both realized that we had 3 things in common. And that was eating, drinking, and eating. However, and this is how our friendship began. We would eat potato scolds for breakfast, hot chips for lunch, and beers for dinner. And this was ongoing for the next 8 months. However, after 10 months had passed, Patrick realized that our previous employer was shit, so he resigned and left. And I was fired, so I had no choice but to leave. Although we parted ways professionally, it was those 3 factors that kept us together as good friends. Now, luckily for me, my current employer recognized my high level of professionalism, so he gave me a job. Thank you, Brian. And this is where I met Alva. Funny enough, I was placed in the same team as Alva. At the beginning, we did not talk much. Maybe it was in English. Or maybe it was me just being unfriendly. However, as time went on, Alva's English gradually improved, and we finally started talking to one another. After getting to know one another in greater depth, she advised me that she was currently single. And then bang! I had an epiphany. What if I was to introduce Alva to Patrick? Patrick was single, Alva was fresh off the boat and didn't know that many people in Australia. So why not? Patrick is a man, Alva is a woman. Patrick is fat, Alva is not. Patrick could speak English, and Alva could not. And like they say, opposites attract, right? And they were both Chinese, so at least they had one thing in common. So what a better way to introduce them together by way of eating. It was a very tense atmosphere at lunch. I thought they would be able to communicate easily to one another, as they were both Chinese. However, given that Patrick's Chinese was pretty shit, and we were barely able to understand what Alva was saying, they did not talk much to each other. After the failed first meeting, it seemed as though I was not doing my part as a Chinese love matchmaker. So I decided to arrange a second meeting by way of eating. The second meeting was much better than the first. Alva's English had improved considerably, and that was it. This time round, Patrick had the balls to ask Alva for her number. And she said yes. Maybe she felt sorry for him. Or maybe she just wanted to meet more people in Australia. To this day, I believe it was the first reason. Now that they had each other's number, my job as a Zen master was complete. And now here we are, 6 years later, and Patty is still fat, and Alva has yet to perfect her English language. Although I must admit, Alva's English has improved a lot. However, on the other hand, Patty's weight has only fluctuated a few kilos here and there. I had come to the realization that Patty had to lose weight when we were drinking one night at a pub, and it was only me and him, and he had a bit too much to drink. After we left the pub, he ended up sleeping on the ground in front of the pub. And because it was only me and him, I was the only person responsible for his well-being. For those that have not experienced carrying someone when they are drunk, they feel a lot heavier than what they actually really weigh. And just by looking at him, you guys would have felt my pain. I tried to lift him, and I tried again, but I was unsuccessful. So I called my brother to pick us up, and I helped carry him to my house. And damn, was that hard! After we put him to bed, I thought I had just finished the city to serve. And after that experience, I made sure I wasn't alone drinking with him. Throughout the years, I have tried to make Patty lose weight. Not only for his well-being, but also for Alva's. When they get jiggy. I've experienced carrying Patty before, and I did not want Alva to experience the same thing. So we decided to play squash one day on a weekly basis. Although that did not last long. Especially as Patty would play one game of squash, and then end up playing games on his fucking phone for the next hour. So inevitably playing squash ceased, and the only exercise he got was building up his arm muscles by lifting beer to his mouth. And to this day, his arms are as big as Vin Diesel's, but his gut is big as Homer Simpson's. But on a more serious note, there are 4 things now that Patty loves the most. And Alva, you're on top of that list. The other 3 things you guys should already know. Patrick is a kind-hearted and loving man, and will do his utmost best to keep you happy. Although he may not show it, Patrick loves Alva with all his heart, but it does show that he loves food and beers. But take note that he would choose Alva over eating and beers any day. Alva, you do not have to worry about anything, as I believe you'll be a loving husband and a wonderful father as you guys get around to it. So on this note, if all of you would like to join me in lifting up your glass in congratulating Patrick and Alva. Gong Shi, Patrick and Alva.